Welcome to the Mouthpiece. It's been 3 long weeks since we've been here. I apologize to all my great fans out there, but work is work. We're going to talk about the Borgata tournament where I busted my ass for 4 days only to get fucked again. We're going to talk about Turks and Caicos, wherever the fuck that is, in the middle of an island somewhere. We're going to talk about Aruba right after Turks. We're going to talk about my hand of the week. And we're going to talk about poker after dark coming up next on the Mouthpiece. Welcome back to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike, and we're going to talk about my 3 weeks away. We're going to start off with the Borgata tournament in Atlantic City, where I made my second WPT final table out of the 3 tournaments I had played. I played 12 hours a day for 4 straight days, only to get all my money in with top 2 versus a flush draw. It was very disappointing for me, and was very disappointing for all my fans out there. I just want to apologize that I did not bring home the gold again. I try again, and for some odd, crazy reason, I make these final tables, and the poker gods have it in for me to keep me busted. But what can I do? I think I'm playing great poker, and hopefully some good things will come out of that. On week number 2 of my long vacation away from you all, I visited the island of Turks and Caicos. I think I pronounced that right. Whether I did or not, I have no idea. I played a lot of side action down there, and also played in the tournament. Broke about even in the side action. In the tournament, I thought on day 1 up until the second to last hand of the day, I played great. I brought back it on day 2, and I was so disgusted by what I did on the night before, on the second to last hand of the day, that I proceeded to come in on day 2 and played very poor short stack poker. And anybody that knows me knows that my strength is by playing short stacks. I mean, it wasn't that short. I had 14,000, 3 and 600 blind. I had more than enough chips to make it, and I don't like the way I went broke. Guy raised, middle position, it looked strong. I felt strength, and I shoved with ace-queen off. He had 2 kings, and out the door I went. I was in the big blind, by the way, when I shoved with ace-queen. I was real disappointed about my performance there. I ended up staying there an extra 3-4 days. We enjoyed it down there. The facilities weren't the greatest. The guy who won the tournament happened to be the one that put on the tournament. He was a very nice guy, and I was happy for him. His name is Rimey, and I enjoyed being down there. We ended up chartering a private jet to the tournament in Aruba, which was put on by Ultimate Bet, and it was a really good tournament as far as for a professional standpoint goes. A lot of internet players, and I love playing in tournaments that have a lot of internet players. I thought I was able to really play well. Day 1, I actually, believe it or not, you don't hear me say this very often, but the deck really hit me well. I actually got dealt aces 5 times on day 1, and with other pairs flopped 6 sets. Now, amazingly that sounds, you probably think that my chip count would have been unbelievable after day 1, but with average chips after day 1 being 18,000, I had 28. And you ask, well, all those hands, how did I only have 28,000? But well, with about 20 minutes to go, I got real tired and pissed off around 8,000, and I also got rivered out of like 25,000 in 3 other main pots. So even though I won a lot of pots with the cards I got dealt, which to the day I die will go down in history as the biggest card rush I ever had in any single day. So that was pretty impressive. But I finished day 1 with 28,000 chips down in Aruba. I built my chip stack real well on day 2. I'm going to talk about my hand of the week and what happened on day 2. I end up losing 9 out of 9 showdowns, yet still finished away to finish 40th, down to the last 4.5 tables out of 600 players. So I was real happy with my showing down in Aruba. I thought I played great. Really ran bad down there, and you know, I come off of the Borgata and then right down to the Aruba with a shot to win. I was pretty happy the way I played, and that's where I was for 3 weeks. That's what I've been up to, and I also want to say happy anniversary to my mom and dad out there, because today is their anniversary. And in exactly 3 days, we are going to start our filming of Poker After Dark for this up-and-coming year. For all you people out there that love to watch Poker After Dark, I am going to be filming 2 segments of Poker After Dark, where I will be putting up 20,000 with a shot to win 120,000. And hopefully this time I will win, as I am now 0 for 4. I'm going to have to win 1 out of these 2 just to break even for the last 4 that I've been in. But also I'm going to be on the walk-in cover of Poker After Dark, where I'm going to be in the commercial leading up to on NBC advertising Poker After Dark. So that'll be something real big going on. It's time for our Hand of the Week, brought to you by Pro Player Energy. When you need energy playing poker, Pro Player Energy will be it. Also, Skin Industries. You want to buy some cool, nice t-shirts, Skin Industries is the way to go. And by FullTiltPoker.com, my internet company that I work for. We are going to talk about my Hand of the Week. It comes to you by the Aruba Poker Classic. And this hand coming up will be unbelievably told hand. If you haven't heard it already, which all my fans out there probably haven't heard it, this is what happened to me on day 2 on my Hand of the Week. Now, everybody says, Mike, how come on your Hand of the Week, why are you always telling us bad beat stories? I'm not telling you bad beat stories. I'm not trying to tell you bad beats that happened to me. I'm just trying to say of my Hands of the Week of how people truly play, and I want them to really realize how poor some people truly play when I bring out my Hand of the Week. So this Hand of the Week, coming from Aruba, is on round number 2 of day 2 on Aruba Poker Classic, where I had 44,000 in chips. I limped for $500 under the gun with 2 6s. Genius number 1 limps behind me 500. Genius number 2 makes it 1,500 on from the 9 seat. Now, when Genius number 2 raised and made it only 1,000 more, I was like 1,000% convinced he had 2 aces. I almost died laughing with the small raise of 1,000. After everybody folds, I call 1,000, of course, trying to hit something and bust this guy. Genius number 1 right behind me calls, and the flipper rolled off 3 4 spades and a 6 of clubs. I flopped top set. So as I and all good players should always do, I let out 2,500 in chips. I let 2,500 into this $4,500 pot. Genius number 1 right over here, he called 2,500. Genius number 2, Mr. Pre-Flop Raiser over here, makes it 10,000. That's right, 10,000. Now I have to try and keep a straight face after he made it 10,000. And as I took my chips, I took my whole 44,000 and shoved it right up here into the middle. And here I go back to Genius number 1. Now, Genius number 1 over here, he's in the tank over here with about 25,000 in chips. And I'm just like, oh man, he's got a set of 4s. I mean, this guy's really in the tank. So Genius number 1 goes, I'm all in too. As Genius number 1 moved all in too, I said to myself, wow, this is unbelievable. And now it goes back to Genius number 2 over here with his 45,000 in chips. And I'm like, is this guy really going to overcall with these 2 aces? I'm like, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Can I really get through it? And Genius number 2 says, I call 2. And off to the middle it went. $130,000 pot, which we had 50,000 on the side. Now remember, average chips in this tournament are 28,000. I am playing a $130,000 pot in round 2 of day 2 with top set. Genius number 1 overheat, flips up his cards. And what does he have? He flows over 2 9s. That's right! 2 9s! Did you hear that? 2 9s! I had to hold a straight face with his 2 9s. I really thought he had a set. What does Genius number 2 over here have? Well, of course, he has to have 2 aces, and it was already a horrible overcall, right? No. Genius number 2 flipped over 2 jacks. 9 rolled on the turn, blank on the river, idiot over here wins the main, I win the side. That's my Hand of the Week on the Mouthpiece. Well, let's get some phone calls going. I hope we have some phone calls this week. I'm not quite sure if we will because I've been gone for 3 weeks. But I'm not going to be too upset if we don't get too many phone calls today because I know I've been gone for a while and it's been hard. So let's light up the phone calls. Let's hear it. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Had a question for you. I wanted to get your thoughts on the future of poker as we know it.
Okay.
And particularly other games besides Hold'em.
Well, that's a good question. Well, this is one of my biggest concerns with poker is the greed of all these companies and all these casinos that are putting on these big tournaments wanting to have these big no-limit tournaments, and then they run during the rest of the tournament. They run no limit, pot limit, no limit, and it's really extinct. It's really bad for poker, and the extinction of all the other poker games, which are probably a lot more sophisticated and a lot more better for poker, are just going down the hill right now. And I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, and you know, we just watched on television the end of the main event, and they just seem to really glorify the main event being you know, who's who of no limit, you know, of poker.
It's so stupid. I mean, anybody, the main event is just like a joke. I mean, it's not even real. It's such a crapshoot joke. I mean, granted, a lot of pros have been getting close, but I mean, it's so many players. It's just a nothing tournament. It's just an over glorified monster poker tournament that's put together in one big poker room. It's pretty ridiculous if you ask me. But I'm a little upset with the fact that they're not putting it, that they're, you know, the Omaha high-lows, the stud high-lows, the stud are no longer around. I mean, everything's no limit hold'em.
Well, I mean, is there anything that you guys as the pros can do to maybe market?
Well, we've got all the other poker all the tournament during the World Series, you know, but as far as doing it during the rest of the year, I wish I could, you know, there's something I could do, but, you know, it's tough enough for me being on the tournament trail, just playing the $10,000 buy-ins, because there's so many of them. So me, as somebody that plays just those, I'm content just to play those, and it's already too much poker for me. So, you know, but if I was somebody that didn't have sponsorship or a big bankroll, as far as not having those other mixed game tournaments in there, I'd be pretty upset.
Well, yeah. I mean, me personally, I live in proximity to Turning Stone,
right?
Which is between Syracuse and Utica, basically. And you know, I can play a tournament there every single day,
right?
But unfortunately, it's no limit hold'em.
Yeah, so, and I'm so sick of playing hold'em. You have no idea, especially no limits. So
yeah, and they only deal an Omaha high-low game once a week if there's enough interest.
Yeah,
you know, on a Friday night maybe. So,
well, I'm on your side, buddy. So
you
know, we'll see what happens. And I appreciate the phone call, and call me anytime.
Okay, sir.
Take care, buddy.
Good luck.
Bye-bye. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, brother? Who's this?
This is Rich from Carmel, Indiana.
Hey, Rich. How you doing, buddy?
Not bad. So you plan on going to Foxwoods?
I am not going to Foxwoods, but I will be in Niagara Falls.
Okay.
So it's been a rough 3.5 weeks. I hated missing the show for the last 3 weeks, but unfortunately, I mean, the tournament schedule came up where I was stuck on the road, and you know, it was a very profitable 3 weeks. You know, we had 3 tournaments. I final tabled one, got to the last 4 tables of another, and you know, I had a shot to win both of them. You know, so I'm just happy to be back.
Yeah, 6th place isn't bad.
What's that?
6th place isn't bad.
Well, it's bad considering that I went to the final table second in chips. You know,
yeah,
I really had to get screwed to not finish top 3, and you know, it kind of really sucks.
At Borgata, event 8, I got 6th place also.
You know, you know, nobody realized how hard you work, and I put in 4 days of like the hardest work of my life, 12 hours a day every day, and I thought I played just so fantastic for 4 straight days, and to finally put myself in position to really win the tournament. And you know, I thought, I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna win. I mean, it was the second final table out of 3 tournaments on the WPT. I thought I'd been playing great. I thought that it was, you know, I know how to move up and make sure I get top 3 spots, and you know, for me to finish 6th it's pretty disappointing. You know, I was never going to play a big pot. I was never going to play a big pot against a chip leader, and he was the only one at the table that can bust me, and he decides out of the blue that he's going to lose his mind, and he goes and wins the tournament, because usually the idiots get rewarded. That's how poker works.
True story.
Yep. So what's you got a question for me today?
No, just wondering if you're going to Foxwoods. I really didn't think I was going to get you, but
yeah, why wouldn't you get me?
I've never called your show. I just randomly
call me anytime, man. We're here 3 to 3:30 Pacific every Thursday, except when I'm on the road for a tournament, and then we make an announcement and we let everybody know whether I'm going to be here or not. But I actually didn't miss 1 week for about 4 months, and then I had to miss 3 straight weeks, which hopefully won't happen again ever. But if it does happen again, it won't be for another year. So.
Yeah, doubtful. You're playing good, and I don't know.
I believe right now I'm playing the best on the tour. I feel like my confidence is high, and I really got the hunger that I was missing for a while. And I've always told people what sets the best aside from the rest is to stay hungry every single tournament. And even after getting second at the Bellagio, I came right back the very next tournament, and or the second one after, and final tabled again. And I've stayed real hungry, and that's really what it's all about. And hopefully I'll continue to stay hungry and continue to have success.
I hope so.
All right, buddy. I appreciate the call.
Thanks for talking to me.
What's that?
Thanks for talking.
You're very welcome. Thanks for calling anytime.
Yep, bye.
Later. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
What's up, Mike? This is Les Dixon, and I'm in London, Kentucky.
What's up, Kentucky? How's it going?
It's going, man. Hey, I've got a question. Kind of irritated about one of the card players. If you had to go head-to-head with Ron Gold, I'm sure you could handle your own. Do you like the way he approaches the table the way he did last year in the World Series of Poker?
Who's Ron Gold?
Jamie Gold. I meant Jamie. I was thinking of somebody else.
I'm like, who is Ron Gold, man? Jamie Gold, I think, I really like him a lot. I think he's a nice guy. I don't think he got a bad rap for things that happened. I'm not a big fan of his poker playing. I think that he plays way, 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 way too many hands. But I think he does well against amateur players. He's like the king of talking people out of their money. I mean, he makes me look bad when it comes to talk. He knows how to just talk people out of calling when he has the nuts, and how to make people fold when he's bluffing. So I'll give him a lot of credit. He's very talented in that department. As far as poker playing wise, he's got a lot to learn, but he's a nice guy, and I got nothing bad to say about Jamie.
Well, look, I've got my buddy here with me. I'm a sports editor at a newspaper down here in Kentucky, and he's my sports writer. And
Kentucky, you think they can beat LSU this week?
Nah, he does. I don't.
I don't, but I think LSU might come flat after that big win against Florida. It's going to be tough for them to get up this week.
Yeah, we hope so. We hope they fall flat. But
I just hope LSU loses because I think their coach is an idiot. And the reason why I think their coach is an idiot, they're glorifying them for winning last week. The guy goes for it on 4th and 3 at the 7-yard line, down by 3 with 2 minutes to go. I mean, if he doesn't make that, his team loses the game.
Well, my question was, my buddy here, he had got me into playing Texas Hold'em and stuff, and he's been on like a 2-year losing streak since I've been playing with him. And he said he's given up. I was just wanting you to give him some encouraging words here so he'll keep playing.
Well, my encouraging words to him in poker is a brutal, brutal game, and you got to have a lot of fight in you to make it in poker. I mean, nobody's had more downfalls than me in poker and bounced back. I mean, I don't think there's a human being in poker that has taken more punches over and over and been put on the canvas over and over and found a way to bounce back and get on his feet and come back strong. It's just a game of will. It's a game of fighting. It's a game of war, and if you don't have enough will and war in you, well, then you got to give up. But that just shows you're a weakling or a pussy. So tell his ass to stop being a weakling and a pussy and go back and start fighting some more.
Okay, and one last thing, man. Were you surprised how quick Helmuth went out this year in main table? I mean, in the world.
The thing with Phil is like after Phil won his 11th bracelet, I knew he was going to struggle in the main event. I knew he struggled in every tournament since. Phil is probably my best friend in poker now. I mean, we used to really not be good friends, but we become good friends, and I'm still going to rip him to death on a poker table because he's a f***ing idiot. But I love the guy to death. He's a good guy, and Phil needs to be hungry to win. And after he won that 11th bracelet, his ego and egotistical self-being of whatever is in that f***ed up brain of his went right to his head, and he started walking around, I'm the greatest, and his hunger was gone, and then he got knocked out. And Phil needs to be hungry, and he needs to not be winning, and his ego needs to be not so high for him to win. And when Phil's hungry, he plays great. So when he's not, he don't.
Well, hey, man, I appreciate it, and good luck this year and next year too, man.
Thanks so much, man. Call me anytime.
Okay, see you, Mike.
Later, bud. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the Mouthpiece.
Mike.
Yes.
Hey, man, it's Blake from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
My buddy.
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Pretty
Sorry I haven't
good.
talked to you in a while. You always IM me when I'm busy as and I don't even have time to even talk to you. How you been, bud?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm just glad to be back, man. I've been on the road for 3.5 weeks. I feel like they took so much out of me playing so much poker that God, I just want.
Tomorrow
I didn't want to look at a card for a while, but unfortunately, I got a lot of things going on. Poker After Dark, I'm filming in 2 days. I got another tournament next week, another one after that, and I'm going to take about 6 weeks off. So
sweet. Well, no, 6 weeks. That'll put you right at Scotty's tournament. I was curious if you were going to be.
Yeah, I'll be at Scotty's tournament in November. I definitely come out for that.
All right.
The people at Cherokee, they take care of me pretty good. They sponsor me really pretty much to go out for that tournament, and I like the way they treat everybody down there. So
yeah, I love that casino. I stopped playing at the rest of them here in town. And I only play there.
I'm about being treated good, and they treat you real good down there, and I enjoy going down there, and yeah, I'll definitely be down there for that. And it's a big road. I got so much stuff going on, man. I mean, between that and a lot of my sponsorship deals and just so much things going on, man, that everything time something's going on, so that's really about it. I hope you're doing okay.
I was doing great, man, doing great.
You got any poker questions for me today?
Oh, not really. I was just calling to say hi and saying maybe whenever you get down here to Tulsa, if you're going to play any golf, you get together to play some golf or something.
Blake, I appreciate, man. I appreciate the calling. And you know, for everybody out there, it's my friend Blake. I met in Oklahoma. He's a good guy. And I just been so busy, and I appreciate you calling in, and I will talk to you shortly.
All right, man. Well, I'll send you an MSN. I'll have to get your number before you get back out here because I don't have it anymore. I lost my old phone.
Take
care.
All
right, man. Well, you have a good day. Bye.
Yep, later. Well, another episode of The Mouthpiece is done. I wanted to apologize for everybody for being gone for 3 weeks. We've had a great show. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to my story of me on the road and my beautiful hand of the week. I hope to see you all next week. Remember the phone number, 877-675-1306. That's 877-675-1306. We'll be here from 3 to 3:30 Pacific every Thursday, unless otherwise notified. I think I might miss one more Mouthpiece coming up here when I go to Niagara Falls in a couple weeks. After that, it's me for the next whole year. I look forward to seeing you all. Have a good one.